What's going on, guys? It's your fellow Cafetero Norte here, and welcome back to another weekly roundup. In this week, there's not too much to talk about. There was not too much football, as it was Christmas. Merry Christmas to all the viewers. There's no one currently in the chat, but Merry Christmas to all you guys. Yeah, as I said, this week there was not too much to talk about, there was not too many games. The African Liga, the African Cup of Nations is playing right now, which is really good. But in terms of club football, there's not too much. In terms of Canadian and Colombians, there were not too many big performances, not too many performances in general. But without further ado, let's get into it. Let's start with the Canadians, and as I said, the Canadians, it wasn't the most productive week. Not too many games. A few of the stars did play. Actually, quite a few players did play, but there were no goals. A few stand-up moments, but yeah. Without further ado, let's get into it. Let's go. So we'll get started by looking at this game, which is Alversa versus Porto. And as if you looked at last week's roundup, Estacio is not getting many minutes. He's not playing to the best. On Porto, they're not giving him enough consistency, so he's not been able to show what he can do. Like, at least for Canada, he plays fantastically, but for Porto, he hasn't been getting the minutes, and they just haven't given him the confidence. I'll show you. So Alcerra, first of all, I don't know where Alversa, they're 12th place in the league. But yeah, as you can see here, Eustaquio did not start. Eustaquio did play this match though. He came on and played 75 minutes. Got a 6.8 rating, which is pretty nice. We don't mind that. But yeah, let's look a little bit closer into his match. His passing was decent. His dribbling seemed to be decent, and then he had decent defending. We'll look into his passing. He had 16 passes altogether. Well, he only played 15 minutes, so 16 passes, 1 minute per pass, one pass per minute. That's not awful, I guess. 94 pass accuracy is great. Dribbling, he had 20 touches. Seems pretty decent here. And then defensively, 0 out of 3 tackles won, but he won 3 out of 4 ground duels. Interesting. 1 recovery, 1 clearance. He had no shots, but yeah, I mean, they just haven't given. They don't give him too many minutes. I will show you more of like what I'm talking about. 1 second, sorry. Oh, here it is. Sorry. Yeah, look at that. He's getting like games every minutes every 2 games. You know what I mean? It's not great. He needs to get out of Porto for sure. It's okay though. We'll move on. That was all for Monday. Tuesday, nothing for the Canadians again. And then Friday we have quite a few Canadian games. Actually, all Canadian games are pretty funny. We'll start with Plymouth versus Reading. This is not a game too much of note in the League One, but there's one Canadian on Reading. His name is Liam Fraser. He didn't start, but he did come off the bench only to play 3 minutes. So he got a 6.6 rating, which is pretty good for the amount of minutes. 1 recovery. Let's go. 3 touches. Yep. Oh man, what a game. What a game from him. We'll move on. Middlesbrough. This is actually quite a sad one. This is pretty sad. Alfie Jones, as we all know, the newest debutant for Canadian team. He has been having a great season, as Middlesbrough are doing very, very well. They're in 2nd place right now. But in this game, although he had a 6.8 rating, which is decent, he only played 17 minutes. He got injured, which is not good. We already have a whole bunch of injuries. We have Moses Bombito out. We have a Cornelius out. Granted, he's coming out soon. Luke DeFougeros was just out. He's back now. But we have a lot of defensive injuries. This is not good. And Alfie Jones was having a great season, so this is pretty disappointing for him. But let's look into his game. He only 1 defensive contribution, 1 recovery, 1 clearance. Dribbling, he had 19 touches. His passing, 18 out of 18. So good few minutes that he played, but it's unfortunate that he got injured. Another Canadian down. Another man down. It's okay, though. We'll move on. We'll go to Hull City versus Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield Wednesday actually has a Canadian. I don't think he played in this one. But in terms of Hull City, they got Liam Miller, which I'm glad he's back. He will help a lot to the Canadian team. He will make more competition in that position. So Ali Ahmed, I think is the starting left winger, but Liam Miller can push and potentially get some minutes. There are a lot of good wingers though, especially with Alphonso Davies back. So Liam Miller is gonna have to prove his worth. In this game, he didn't play too bad, but let's see, his shooting wasn't great. His dribbling was good, passing and everything. But sometimes the rating breakdown isn't totally clear, isn't amazing. So we'll look right now. Yeah, 1 total shot, 1 on target. It wasn't a I don't understand why they rated it so low. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, see, two key passes over here, which is pretty good. Not too shabby. 81% pass accuracy, not too bad either. Dribbling, 30 touches, no dribble successful, which I don't understand. It like kind of negates why his rating. Yeah, his rating breakdown was so positive for dribbling, but it's okay. Defensively, he helped a little bit. 3 out of 1. 1 out of 3. So it wasn't the greatest game by Liam Miller by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm glad he's back. He is a good player. He has a lot of skill, and also Hull City are doing very well. So we could have another Canadian in the Premier League. We have Middlesbrough doing very well. We got Hull City doing well, and Preston. We'll talk about Preston in literally just a second. But yeah, that's what three Canadians that could play in the Premier League next season. Hopefully, hopefully. Actually, if it keeps up this way, Hull City and Preston can't go together. One of them has to come in first or second. But it's still interesting. It's still nice. Speaking about Preston North End, they have the second match. The next match, I thought Daniel Jebison was injured for a month, but seems he was not. He came back this match. Last week he didn't play any of the matches, which is interesting. So I guess he had a little knock. He came back, did unfortunately couldn't score as he was in a great form recently. But his defensive duties were good. No shots. That's unfortunate. He had one big chance created. That's great. One key pass. I would imagine it's the same ordeal. It's the same one. 12 out of 12 passes accurate. 100% accuracy. So his passing should have been rated way higher. But yeah, that's great. In terms of touches, one successful dribble. That's nice. 22 touches. Not too bad. He was involved in the game. He played pretty decently from what I see. 3 out of 5 ground duels won. That's good. Good for Daniel Jefferson. He's been having a great season. This is another. Well, he's actually on Bournemouth. So based on what I was saying previously, he's already in the Premier League. So Hull City and Middlesbrough, that could be three, like I said earlier, 3 Canadians that could play in the Premier League. That's very interesting. I hope it happens. But yeah, let's move on. We got Union Saint-Gilloise versus Cercle Bruges. This one we got Promise David playing, and he had a decent match. He just couldn't get a goal. Pretty surprising for his standards, seeing how good his season's been going and how clinical he has been this season. But yeah, they also finished 1-1, which is it's also pretty interesting, seeing how Union is doing so well. Actually, they're only 1 point ahead of Club Brugge. This is a interesting league. It's not bad. Saint Trudon is still there too. Anderlecht, the next team we're gonna talk about, but Nathan Fliebe team is not too far off. Cercle Bruges all the way down. So this was these were definitely points dropped. Oh, let's look at Promise Davies' game. Good shooting, good dribbling. Passing wasn't the greatest, but wow, he had 7 total shots. 2 big chances missed. Ah, man. Yeah, 7 total shots. So yeah, we'll look at stats later, like the actual game stats, but it seems like Union might have been the way better team. Passes, yeah, you can see 40% pass accuracy, definitely not that great. 28 touches, not too shabby, it's all right. In terms of defensive duties, 1 out of 4 ground duels, 6 out of 12 area duels. He is 6'4", so that's something you do get with Promise David, which is nice. But yeah, it looks like he had a good game. It just unfortunately he couldn't score a goal. He had 2.43 expected to 1.82. So actually not too far off. But Promise David probably should have knocked one in for sure. That's sad it couldn't happen. Let's go to the next game. Anderlecht. This is Nathan Saliba's team. 6.7 rating. Played 64 minutes. He's a great player. Honestly, I think I really rate him. I like him a lot. He's been having a good season. This game wasn't his best performance compared to other ones, but nonetheless, it still seems like he had a good game. Let's see his passing, 85% pass accuracy. That's always nice. That's not bad at all. And that's all to write about here. Too much shooting. His shooting was rated pretty poorly. I don't understand why. 3 total shots. None of them. Well, one was on target. Pretty good. And one was out wide. But yeah, there's no reason for his shooting to necessarily be rated so poorly. 37 touches defensively. 2 out of 2 tackles won, which is nice. 2 out of 2 ground duels won, which is nice. So defensively did pretty well. It's just unfortunate that Anderlecht couldn't get this win. That's especially knowing that they need that win to get closer to Union Saint-Gilloise in the table. But we'll move on. That was all of Friday. Now we go to yesterday, Saturday, and we have Celtic who won. Alex Jensen's still out. We have Rangers who won. Cornelius is still out. He should be back soon though. It says early January he should be back. So that should be good to know. This one is pretty unfortunate, but we have Luc de Fougeros, who has been having a great season. He just came back from injury. So that is yeah, he came back from injury. So at least he came back. He's gained some minutes. He didn't start this match. Yeah, he didn't. Oh, he did start this match. He started this match, and as you can see from that he got a red card. So he played 88 minutes. He got the red card very late. But it seems even with that rating, he was doing pretty well, and they were getting a result because they don't get many results. Then they're not the greatest team, but defensively, look at this. Yeah, 2 out of 6 tackles won, which is it's not too shabby. That's okay. 8 out of 14 ground duels. That's fantastic. That's pretty good. 1 out of 3 aerial duels. Not too bad. And 3 recoveries, 5 clearances. Not too bad. Dribbling 69 touches. Nice. No, that was bad. 1 key pass, which is very nice as a defender. That's pretty good. But yeah, no shooting. Again, it was a good performance except for the red card. So that's another game he misses after missing quite like a few weeks to injury. He got his start coming back from injury and then does this. But at least he helped get a 1-1. Like I'll explain to you that they're not that great. See, they're at the bottom of the table, 13 points out of 20 matches. They don't get many points, so any point they can salvage is pretty good. Um, and he's a great player. He is a great player. There's no denying that. Let's go to Juventus versus Pisa, which is this match frustrates me. It frustrates me because Jonathan David has been playing pretty good, especially when he gets his minutes. I don't see anything wrong with his performances, at least from what I watch. You know, he has good touches. Openda doesn't impress me in any way, shape, or form, but he continues to get the start. Look at that 6.0 rating. It's not much. And let me explain why Jonathan David deserves it. Look at him. He gets an assist. 6.4 rating granted, but assist in how many minutes? 30 minutes. So he gets half an hour, gets an assist, at least helps Juventus achieve this 2-0. This 2-0 win. Even though his passing is valued pretty low, makes no sense. His dribbling is pretty good. But we'll look at the stats. 1 assist, yeah. 1 key chance, 1 big chance created. So we'll look at the assists pretty soon. 7 out of 10 accurate passes. Not too many passes. Only 18 touches. Defensively, didn't do too much, but 1 out of 3 tackles. But anyways, in 30 minutes, he did more than what Openda did. And Openda hasn't been doing much. He got a goal last game, yes. But the game prior to that, Jonathan David got the goal. So please, has to start getting minutes. He has to start getting minutes. But a good win for them. They're fourth in the standings. So yeah, they go in front of Roma. Roma still has a game to play. And they're still pretty 4 points off from Inter with 1 game ahead. So they still need quite a bit to do in order to salvage this league. But good game from Jonathan David. Yeah, so I got the assist here. We'll see it. So he grabs it over here. Dribbles. No one's taking him, so that's quite interesting. Good pass. Oh. Okay, well, the assist ended up being not as nice, but Yildi's play was very, very nice. And actually, the play from Jonathan David to begin with was very, very nice. It was kind of an awkward goal. See here, that was a nice play. Went to Jonathan David, a little touch. But either way, it's a good assist, more than what Openda did the whole game, so can't complain. He deserves more minutes. I will stand by that. And we'll keep going. And yeah, this is the last game of the week for any Canadian player, and it goes to Jonathan Kone. Sorry, Ishmael Kone, who was playing against Bologna, Sassuolo versus Bologna. They got a 1-1 draw, which is a good result for Sassuolo. As you can see here, Ishmael Kone played quite well. Good passing, good dribbling. In terms of his passing, only 17 passes, 88% pass accuracy, so not too many passes. Interesting. 36 touches, 3 out of 3 successful dribbles. That is fantastic. That's very nice. We like to see that. And defensively, 1 out of 1 tackles. That's great. Not 7 out of 9 ground duels. That's also fantastic. So he did have a great game. Not too many passes, which is interesting. We'll look at the stats a little bit later. But Ishmael Kone has been killing it. He is, I would say, the most consistent player on this whole team. And he, like, there's reasons why there's teams like Juventus who will want the likes of Kone. So we'll see where the wind blows him. But yeah, once I look over, he's been playing very well. In the standings, Sassuolo is very close to Bologna, 4 points, and Sassuolo's they're up there. They're in the top middle of the table. I would say they have chances of going to the Europa League or the Conference League. So good for them. Good for Ishmael Kone. I know there weren't many performances this week, but nonetheless, there was still a stand-up performance in Jonathan David. He's the only guy this week that got a goal involvement, and he deserves more minutes. He has to get more minutes. He's been doing better than Openda with Vlahovic out. He's been the better striker. So good for him. Good week for him. Under good performances, we got Ishmael Kone, which got a good result with Sassuolo. They tied 1-1 to Bologna. Bologna was ahead of them in the table. Ishmael Kone continues to perform, continues to show how consistent he is, how much of a good player he is. Juventus also wants him, so keep it up. He did have a good performance this week. And in the stinker category, unfortunately, as much as I love this player, as much as he's been having a great season, the red card puts him in the stinker category. Luke de Fugeros, unfortunately. But yeah, that's the tier list. And now this does conclude the Canadian segment of the weekly roundup. Let me know what your thoughts were. Not too many games again next week for the Canadians, so another week will be another week of slow football. It's okay though. Time to enjoy with your families, and we have New Year's coming up. But yeah, that concludes